In 1975, U.S. Congress enacted a set of regulations designed to improve the fuel economy for all motor vehicles. These regulations are known as the Corporate Average Fuel Economy Standards, or CAFE for short. You might think cars and the environment is a pretty stale topic, but I actually learned a lot, and I consider myself a gearhead. Check it out.
Yeah, so Chrysler has, over the last 5 years or so, since Fiat has acquired an interest in Chrysler, they've been able to introduce a lot more fuel-efficient vehicles, as well as introducing some new transmissions, like an 8-speed and 9-speed transmissions that haven't been real common, but they're beginning to get more popular. And what that's done is it's improved the fuel economy for all the vehicles. In addition to that, they've also have launched the Fiat 500 electric vehicle, which has been out for say 1 year or so. So they have a brand new, it's a total, they call it a BEV, which is a battery electric vehicle.
Cleaner environment.
What does our company do? We have recycle bins around here and so forth, and we follow all the government regulations that they ask us to, OSHA and so forth.
With the fuel economy getting improving year after year, it's just less fossil fuels and less gasoline that's required.
What we do, Chrysler Group is continuously working on making more fuel-efficient cars. In the future, I believe they have plans to start entering the hybrid market and electronic, but so far just trying to make cars that are better on gas.
All of our vehicles have exceptionally good fuel economy for what they are. Ford puts a emphasis on fuel economy. But as far as particular vehicles that get really good fuel economy, you have Fusion Energy, C-Max Energy, and then the regular hybrid models, and even the gasoline-powered models all get exceptional fuel economy.
Well, the 9-speed transmissions are on the new Jeep Cherokee, which is a brand new vehicle that was introduced this year. Also on the larger vehicles, such as the Chrysler 300 and the Dodge Charger, there's been an 8-speed transmission, which also has increased fuel efficiency to over 30 miles per gallon. On top of that, there's some of the smaller vehicles, the Fiat 500 and the Dodge Dart, for example, that are well over 30 miles. And the Fiat 500, the conventional Fiat 500, gets I think up to 40 miles per gallon for a fuel economy.
The Dodge Dart, the Jeep Cherokee, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee just introduced an eco diesel, as well as the Ram, so it's an alternative fuel.
Yeah, I think I don't know how long the promotions run, but I do know I think in the summertime or so there wasn't much of a difference between a conventional Fiat 500 with a gas engine versus the electric vehicle. Even though the electric vehicle costs the company more to make, just because of they're not as common, and so the economies aren't there yet. But I think for the consumers, at some point in time, there wasn't that much of a price difference between the two vehicles.
Yes, we've offered some incentives for the more fuel-efficient Dodge Dart.
Yeah, there is.
Could you explain about those?
They give extra rebates on some of the energy models.
The most popular Chrysler vehicle is the Ram pickup truck, and a lot of that has to do with the construction industry and so forth, and the popularity of pickup trucks. But again, there's things that the company's doing to improve the miles per gallon on the Ram trucks as well. I think that they're getting over 25 miles per gallon with the new transmissions. Well, I think all companies are. There's not one single technology that solves the equation. There's different technologies that are all going to be useful. For example, there's fuel cell vehicles, which there's been a lot of interest over the last dozen years or so. battery electric vehicles, and then hybrid vehicles as well. And another area is compressed natural gas vehicles. That there's research on all those types of vehicles, and so I think probably in the next 10 years or so you'll see more vehicles with each of those technologies.
Well, there's a couple things that we've implemented in the past few years. One of them is when we handle the paint that doesn't stick to the car. It's we call it a paint denaturing. But what we did is the chemistry that used to be across the industry was formaldehyde based, which is a pretty nasty chemical that they've deemed as being on the hazardous pollutant list. So we were able to come up with a product that is actually made out of seashells or shrimp crustacean. So actually, it's a renewable resource. There's sustainability there. It's considered a green technology, and we were actually given the PACE Award as leaders in the industry for that, which is a very, very prestigious award that they give out to suppliers in the industry for these types of innovations. One of the other things too is we just don't work with the chemicals. We work with the processes that we use in the plants also. So we've looked at opportunities for us to reduce energy costs to our customers. We're actually able to produce paint that, instead of going through 3 ovens, from the e-coat through the primer and then the base coat, which is the color that you get, we were able to combine the primer and the base coat together, which eliminates, you're talking about millions of BTUs of energy that they have to use to heat, to cook or to bake the units. So that was that's been a big improvement. The world's pretty much taken it by storm. We currently have about 40 different customers right now implementing it, but it's in its infancy still. We've actually had 3 or 4 different OEMs out there. Nissan has one, BMW has 2, and BMW's pretty much been the leader in implementing this stuff. But it's a big savings for the environment too. The other opportunities would be along the same lines as the ovens. The ovens that they do need to use, they need to fuel them. So what we do is we worked with a project with BMW that it was instead of fueling the furnaces with natural gas, we worked with them to be able to tap into their landfill that uses the methane that's produced from the decomposition of the landfill, and they pipe that in and actually use it as their fuel for the fire for the ovens. So that got BMW a big award in South Carolina for their innovation in reducing of natural resources. So it's pretty cool. So we've been a leader in pretty much all of that as far as the environment is concerned.
After I did my research, I had my doubts about how true it was. I never thought that the auto industry took so many steps to ensure a better tomorrow. Who knew?